Today, we're getting under the hood with Elysa Hochman. Elysa is a professional guitarist who has performed at Lincoln Center, the US Open, celebrity events, and more. She is the co founder and director of the New York Guitar Academy, Rumba Flamenca, and Quarantine Quartet. And she is the author of classical and flamenco guitar solos and etudes. She has a new book scheduled to release this fall called The Book of Rumba Strums. Welcome, Elysa.
Thank you so much for having me. And I am super excited for my new book that's coming out, The Book of Rumba Strums. It is a book that features a lot of the Spanish guitar strumming that you have, but specifically in the rumba style, which is like the 4/4 style of guitar, the 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. And so I'm going to play for you one piece out of the pieces. There's 26 different songs in there for you to work on. And all different types of rumba strums for you to play from my unique style to the traditional flamenco guitar style. So my story is that I am born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and growing up, I come from a large, well, I consider a very large family, 6 children, and I also have a cousin who's a sister to me, so 7 of us that were raised together. And my father did play some guitar, but he really just played like Beatles songs and more like classic rock music. And I always loved the sound of the guitar. I asked my father to teach me, and he just showed me how to tune the guitar, showed me some open chords, and he gave me a Beatles book and said, "Here, teach yourself how to play." From there, I was teaching myself how to play and trying to do my best to do that. There was no YouTube then, so it was just going to stores, finding books, listening to music, trying to figure out what's going on. And I decided I loved guitar and I would teach on the side throughout all of my college years, but I decided to get my degree in business. And I was working in that industry and it wasn't really what I like to do. It wasn't for me. And so I went back to school and I decided to get my master's in music ed and pursue being a music teacher. Once I graduated, we decided to open up our own school called New York Guitar Academy. And I've now been having New York Guitar Academy for 13 years. This is our 13th year now going into. Uh, and it's super exciting. And so, and during the pandemic, my husband, myself, and my 2 children, we formed a band, and we call ourselves the Quarantined Quartet. So in past tense, we quarantined, we formed a quartet. We're now the Quarantine Quartet, and we have a family band of the Rumba Flamenca style of guitar, and we're now performing out. We have a residency at Tavern on the Green in Central Park. We play lots of events as well. So that's been a beautiful project to add to my list of what I do with the guitar. So my superpower is, I think, playing the guitar, but I also think my superpower is teaching. And I really do love to teach, and I do love to share what I have with the world, what I know, my knowledge, and I'm very much about giving the people around me, the women around me, the children around me, everyone, my students, everyone around me. I want them to have conviction. I want them to have courage. I want them to just be able to be confident. So all the C's in there. But that's what I really try to instill. So I teach it through the art of guitar, and I do teach them how to play guitar. But with that, I feel like they learn to be confident and to be the top and to be the best and to always strive to be number one. So that is what I strive for, and that is my superpower in this world. the way I use my superpower to help other women is I do my best to teach women, well, the art of guitar, to teach them to be confident, to teach them to play with conviction, to speak with conviction, to walk in and be the top, to be confident with everything that they do. I my my top student, her name is Penelope Sparks. She just won an award at the GFA classical guitar competition, which is the top competition in the United States and also worldwide. It's on the very top edge. And she started with me at 5. She's now 17, a senior in high school. And to see her go from starting guitar with nothing, playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, all the way to the top, it just shows what women can do. And so I'm constantly using her as an example, myself as an example. I play the style of flamenco guitar, also classical, but the flamenco guitar, now there's many women that play it and it's getting much more popular for women. But if you go back into like the 1970s and 80s, and it was not a woman's instrument, and a lot of men that play the flamenco guitar, for example, Paco de Lucia would look down upon women and say that they can never play the way or with the force and the feel and the alma as a man. But in general, we can do anything, and everyone has their own feel, and music is what you bring to them. And so I really try to bring my superpower to women to show them that you can do anything in this world. You have the love and the passion for it. You do it the best you can, and you be the best you can be in the world. And that's what I try to instill with all the women that I meet and all the people that I meet.
Thank you. Thank you so much for getting under the hood today, Elysa. Elysa Hochman, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.